Welcome to Barkin Banter, episode 2, part 2.
Where we're back talking to Louise Otter again, who is a dog trainer and behaviourist.
So if you haven't done so already, hit the like and subscribe buttons below and we'll dive in again.
Chicken Workshop, here we come. Yeah, get you booked in. No, seriously, we're going to Chicken Workshop.
Welcome to the Barkin Banter podcast by BB Pet Supplies, the raw specialists. Tips, tales and trends from the natural world of dogs for happy pets and working dogs, new owners or seasoned pros.
So we move on to diet, and I think you're going to ask a few questions now.
So, does diet influence behaviour?
Yes.
So, that's that then.
Yeah, that's excellent. Next.
Right, so how much influence does diet really have on behaviour?
So, speaking from my experience, because that's all I've got really, especially with puppies, less so I'd say with adult dogs, but especially with puppies, they come from the breeder on a high carbohydrate diet, 9 times out of 10. Occasionally we get one that has a good diet and I go, oh, that's actually really good. You can stick with that. But typically they come on a dry food, often that is recommended by vets. Breeders use I think the breeders have quite a small window of options when it comes to things that they can give weaning puppies.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
That's quite true.
Yeah.
With any kind of food. I think it's very,
So they come on one of the big brands and they're nuts. They have really big spikes in energy because they're on high carb diets.
High carbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
They bite loads, they poo loads.
Oh, God, yeah.
They just sort of like go manic after a meal. And
It's that huge rush of sugar
it
as
must
well.
be sugars.
It
yeah.
is, and it's, you think about it, it's a huge sugar rush for them.
And then I explain that to owners and I say, look, don't know too much about the science,
I
but
always say blue Smarties. You like giving your dogs blue Smarties, that's what it's like. It's the same thing, isn't it?
you put them on you put them on a new diet that's high meat, low carb, and I don't care what brand it is as long as it's good quality.
Yeah.
I don't
The higher the meat content,
just
the better.
high meat. Yeah, there's really good dry food now. That's a
There
high
is some
meat
really
content.
good dry foods.
And obviously,
out there
raw
as well.
food is good. But loads of people go, oh, I haven't got the freezer space for that, so go fine.
Yeah.
Go for a cold pressed. Go for a good quality dry. It's all right.
There's options.
There's loads of options, and there's hundreds and hundreds of brands
not
of food
necessarily
now.
expensive.
Nope.
No.
No, and people always assume if you're going to go good quality, but actually, if they're on one of the big brands with the high carb rating
You're paying
already,
that sort of money already.
if not more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I go, right, why don't we look at a different food? Here's a good website to compare them. You can see the nutritional breakdown really well. Let's put them on a higher meat diet. And then often people go, oh, but I've just bought a 15 kilo bag of this food. And I go, okay, look, cut your losses, switch the food, spend a week transitioning onto something else so they don't get diarrhea, and change. And then people change the diet and they go, oh my God, I wish I'd done this sooner. Or people go, no, I'm going to get to the end of the bag. And I go, okay. But other people have said they wish they'd done it sooner.
Yeah.
And they change onto a better diet and they go, oh my goodness, I didn't think it'd
to
have
be
that
fair,
much.
I mean, we've got a guy who runs a gun dog school, and quite often they go to him and he can't do nothing with them, and he actually sends them down here to put them onto raw.
Yeah.
And it's almost like within a week.
They're buzzing.
Yeah.
They're buzzing if they're not on a good quality diet.
Yeah, and it's so much hard work, and he just sends them down to us, and we get them transitioned, and they never look back. To be fair, they never really do.
Yeah.
It's quite surprising, and what I find amazing as well is the limited, because like you say, it is so limiting what you can feed a puppy. So it's either chicken, turkey, or fish, right? Okay, well, a dog needs more than that in a diet. I don't care whether it's puppy, adult. They need variety, but if you're gonna, you need to look around and find different things for this, or try and introduce different. It's important, as with the exposing them to all these things in the elements. Well, actually, the diet, the gut needs a huge, this wide expanse of different proteins.
They do the opposite though. Most people, because the vets say stick to a single protein,
and feed it that for the rest of their life.
Or they've had an upset stomach because they ate this. I'm like, we'll just give them
chicken and rice.
Yeah, rice makes diarrhea worse.
Yeah.
So it's disastrous.
And
really,
no nutritional value really in rice.
No,
so
stick them on their science plan or their Broad Cannon or whatever brand food.
Yeah.
And then they can basically eat dust. Otherwise, they get upset tummy.
Yeah, and that's why I think, because their gut has not been exposed, and it needs to be exposed to so many things, different proteins, in order to widen its ability to cope with things, and they can't. It's just narrowed, and then this is where a lot of problems.
What about treats and chews?
I find a lot of people don't give good quality treats. They give supermarket stuff.
That gets overlooked, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That part of it.
Yeah, you might be feeding really good quality
food,
Yeah.
and then you're buying,
rubbish treats.
Yeah.
Which
want for a better word. I'm not going to say that. But.
Yeah, rubbish treats. Yeah, generally, if you can buy a treat in a supermarket, unless it's the dried meat, it's often full of sugars again, and it will make them bounce off the walls.
Yeah.
So your well-marketed brands tend to have less good quality, or sort of reduced quality ingredients, which makes them a bit hyper. And chews are massively overrated. Like giving a puppy a good chew is essential. I always recommend giving them nice big chews, really big chews, so they can't swallow them. And then it just changes the owner's life, because now instead of going absolutely mad all day, they settle down with a chew for an hour, or even half an hour at a time.
And they go mad after it.
Well, if it's not good quality,
exactly,
but if it's a sort of air-dried body part, it's generally all right.
I think a lot of treats, what I find, if you look at a lot of the recipes, it says animal derivatives.
Yeah.
Now that, or meat meal.
Meat and animal
derivatives.
derivatives.
People need to Google, do a bit of investigation. As a nutritionist, you need to go and explore what they are. Look at the ingredients, because they're things, perhaps.
Give them something that's
something completely natural. It's not, and quite often they are actually cheaper than a lot of these things you can buy in the supermarket. You know, I find. So we're talking about anxiety, weren't we? And where we see a lot of the crosses and the breed mixtures coming in as well.
Yeah, and just poodle mixes are incredibly popular now. But poodles are really smart dogs that don't like to be separated from people. Yeah. So they often run quite. I don't really like labelling behaviours too much, because then you can really fixate and get a bit tunnel vision on stuff. So you say, that's an anxious dog. Well, it might be anxious in some situations, like we just talked about. One boy's bonkers in some situations, but calm in other. Like, you can't just go, well, that dog is a type of dog. So I think you see more anxiety behaviours, more separation. Everyone's obsessed with separation problems at the moment. But then everyone's got poodle mixes, so you just want to be glued to you all the time, because that's what they've been bred to do. Not be glued to people all the time, but that's what they want to be. And
the companion
dogs, bred to be with people, so they want to be with people. And so then you see more anxiety when they're not with people, or if they can't access somebody, or they're not being bred particularly well. You're not getting, like Daniel Mills said, you don't breed good cockers with good poodles. The best with the best, you're breeding maybe slightly less. I don't really know. I'm not into breeding, so I don't know about the genetic side of things. But anecdotally and looking at behaviours, you don't see dogs that are particularly well bred in terms of like health problems and hip dysplasia coming up all the time. And you see these sort of things coming up, and people are buying puppies for cuteness and looks rather than health. And you assume if you crossbreed a dog, it's going to be healthier. Not necessarily. It might get the worst of both traits.
Absolutely.
Both breeds.
Well, especially if parents are carrying a certain gene as well.
So you're not neurotic, high energy with hip dysplasia. Quite often.
Absolutely.
And then that does sort of manifest and turn into sort of, it looks quite anxious. Because it's got all these contributing factors.
And what sort of signs do you think owners miss when their dog is anxious?
Oh, it's the same with the handling. Like they could be, they can be quite hyper. Sometimes it's quite hyper, but actually the dog's quite worried about something, or it's trying to climb on your lap all the time, or it's overreacting to lots of things, or it's barking at every dog it sees, and people think, oh well, it's reactive. Well, actually, it's probably just worried about something, or it desperately wants to get there because it's been over socialised in the park as a puppy. But it's hard to label and say, well, this is an anxious dog, because there's so many different levels to it.
What about grief? Now, you and I both know dogs grieve. And you do. We all, because we've had dogs that suffer. But the amount of people that will not accept that a dog grieves when they lose their dog or their human or their person. It's not just when they lose their dog, they lose their person as well. We used to get it in rescue. Dogs would be found with the owner that had been deceased, and
they'd come in, they'd be so quiet.
Yep.
They would really be traumatised. You'd also get it when dogs were given up for rescue where they hadn't died. The person hadn't died, but
didn't want them.
Just didn't want them anymore. Yeah.
they didn't want them anymore. But the dog then grieved for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We fostered dogs as well. The same. That
And they're
you
just
know.
like, why the hell am I here?
Yeah. Don't understand. Nothing wrong with them.
Abandonment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
almost,
same really
yeah.
as grief,
Yeah.
isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're mourning the loss of the life that you had.
Yeah.
And I think that my dogs that I've got now, I've got Travis, and he didn't see, so when I had my other dog put down, he didn't know that he was put down. He didn't see, he didn't come with us.
No.
And he just didn't come home. I took him out and he didn't come home, and he really grieved.
Yeah.
He made me feel worse.
We made that mistake when we lost Mouldy
We've done,
and
we've
Frank.
Frank was different because Womble was there.
Yeah, no, but when we lost Mouldy,
Mouldy
Frank wasn't there.
wasn't
Frank,
there.
they were both rescues. We had her when we picked Frank up, and he attached himself to because he was only 14 months old. He was only a puppy still, you know, and was unwanted. But when he was at daycare when she went, which is probably the worst thing when you come home to an empty bed. Never even thought about it at the time. And the after effects on him were just
Awful.
Well, I don't know what's better though, because we just lost our Doberman, and she died at home from a heart attack. She died, and all of the dogs, the other 4 dogs, or the 2 dogs that were puppies and grew up with her, were really, they're still are. It was only 2.5 weeks ago. And the boxer, Boona, she watched everything, saw me get really upset. And she's all out of sorts, and they're all out of sorts still. And they saw and they've sniffed her body, and they, so we had, because it was late at night when she died, and we had to keep her till the morning. And they all investigated her. The older dogs, the 2 11-year-old dogs, just kind of had a quick sniff and went, "Oh, she's dead," and walked off. And the ones that had grown up with her, but the boxer was freaked out. She came over, she sniffed, and then her body language was just like, she went really low, and she was like eyes wide looking at her like, whoa, what's wrong with her? And she was skulking around the house, and she's been a wreck since. She really has been a wreck.
They do suffer, because I know when Frank, and obviously we got Womble because Frank fell apart when Mouldy died. And when Frank suddenly collapsed, which was quite traumatic at home, like you say, Womble watched it all. I was upstairs, you were screaming, shouting me. I
Reasonable
come down.
response, that's why I did.
Yeah, he's going, oh my God, Frank, I came down, I thought, God, he's having a fit, he's choking, whatever, trying to, that's it, he's gone.
But I knew by then it was too
Yeah,
late.
you knew, but when you come into
That's
that
just,
situation, you don't. Womble's like stood there going, no, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And he's gone. And we laid him in a bed in the middle of the room, and Womble's like, I ain't
Well, I
going
don't know. Yeah, so there's a bit of it that's grieving, but there's a bit of it that they
It's
know
like-
that we are hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just didn't want to know, did he? He wasn't interested.
Yeah.
But then we brought him to the unit because it was quite warm, obviously, so we couldn't leave him. So we put him in the freezers overnight, didn't we? But Womble won't go in the freezer, would he?
No.
He's just like, won't go in the freezer.
No.
And this is what, 2.5 years later?
No.
Womble's still not going in that, even though that freezer's moved.
Okay.
Because we moved units.
They're not
didn't we?
stupid. Like,
No.
they know what's happened, and
Yeah.
it freaks them out.
Yeah, but he literally laid under a desk. He wouldn't move for 2.5 weeks because we said that was it, no more. Not having another one.
And then
We ended up getting fidget because I thought we were going to lose him
yeah,
because he was that
It
bad.
did seem that bad.
Everyone
didn't
kept
it,
coming
at
in
the
saying, "Where's Womble?"
yeah.
Womble was under a desk. One was not interested. One boy didn't want to bowl. Nothing.
But he'd only known life with another dog.
Yeah,
right?
he'd only known
Yeah.
Frank, Cranky, all of them. Wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even interested in us as people.
No.
Was he? So so we ended up getting another one for that reason. And it was, what is quite surprising, within 5-10 minutes, it was almost like, you're so unfaithful. It really was, wasn't it? We're sitting there growing, this is so sad, we don't want another puppy. And it's like, one was like, hey, I've got a puppy, like this. We're like, how can you be like that? But I suppose that's what we wanted, the reaction.
That was exactly the purpose of
It
the
was,
project.
and it worked like
And
a
we're sitting there
dream.
going, oh,
It was
so
like
sad.
It worked like a dream, though,
It
didn't
did.
Yeah. It doesn't always.
No,
He
but
didn't sleep for 3 nights.
no,
Nor did Fidget.
no. Because they were just so excited.
Probably had loads of pent up energy from not moving under the desk for a
they
few
just
weeks.
literally loved each other. And
Yeah.
fortunately, like you say, for us, they are inseparable. Although Womble is more so, I think if Fidget could be, quite frankly, Fidget couldn't be bothered, could he really? Like,
That's a bulldog thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they're very much that.
It's very different having a single dog to having a multi-dog.
Oh, it is.
It is,
household.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really different.
Even more, you know, when you got 4.
We've gone from 4
And
down
the
to
difference
2.
between
mate.
2 and 4 and the interactions
Yeah.
between all of them, each one of them, you know, you've got sort of like 8 different sort of interactions going on in that pack. It's very strange, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Ours
It is
are all out
actually.
of sorts at the moment because the Ripley, the Doberman, was kind of queen of everything. So she wasn't like when you've got a domestic group of dogs, there is a hierarchy.
Yeah. And then it all changes, it all shuffles
And it
again.
all changes.
Yeah.
You don't get a hierarchy. So people go, I think one of your questions later, which we'll skip to, is something about myths in dog training. And myths is about, that's a dominant dog. With 2 dogs meet in the park, one's not dominant, one's not. They don't live together.
No.
There's no dominance there.
There's no hierarchy.
That's just
there.
2 dogs meeting, and one might be a bit of a what words can I say on this? One might be a bit of a strong character, and the other one might be a bit wuss.
I know. Yeah, it's a difficult.
I'll use soft words.
Yeah.
But in a group setting at home where there's a family dynamic, there is definitely a hierarchy, but it's not set in stone. It's not.
No.
It's fluid.
Oh, it's fluid. It's very fluid.
It's fluid.
Yeah,
It just happened to
we
be that.
We always used to find that, didn't we? But the only constant that ever was that Lulu was the boss.
Cranky was the boss. She was always in charge.
It was a constant. I think
Yeah.
everyone that come in that house knew straight away within sort of like an hour.
Yeah, they find out
she's
the hard
the
way.
one.
Yeah, it's exactly the same
and
with
yet
Adobe.
the 2 boys now, neither one of them are they?
No, they don't
No,
seem
but
to.
it's not every dog.
They
can
just
have
quite
that.
happily, they just mull along together. Neither one, they just look at each other, shall
and,
we?
and even
Yeah.
one being castrated, one not being.
Yeah.
It
No,
doesn't
it
doesn't
doesn't
seem
make
to
any
make
difference. No.
No.
My Doberman was queen of most things,
Yeah.
and that just happened to be because she was that strong character, and dogs that foster dogs that would come over, they'd learn very quickly. You don't sit there.
Yeah.
You don't go
Yeah.
near her in that situation. She decides she doesn't want you there. That's it.
Yeah.
You listen.
Yeah.
Or you're getting bitten.
Yeah.
And now she's gone. The other dogs are all like wobbly.
Who's going to do that now?
They
then?
don't know. Well, they're like Travis had to go at Tally the other day. Like he had to go out at German Spitz. I was like, "What are you doing? You've never done that before." And he's
Yeah.
like, "I just thought maybe I should."
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had to go see what
I
it's
don't know,
like.
but I felt like
But he's
someone
always,
had to.
he's always been like the underdog, the
He
softie.
thought, well, maybe I can have a go at being boss
Yeah,
man.
like no mate, settle down. Like that's not your job. Whereas
dear.
like Boona will be sort of sassy over certain things, and they'll all have their own things. Like
Yeah.
some dogs will prefer food to others.
Yeah.
So like if one of the dogs has a go at the other one over food, it's like, well, yeah, that one doesn't share as well.
Yeah.
That one doesn't care. These 2 can eat out the
Yeah.
same bowl, and there's
Yeah.
no bickering
Yeah.
whatsoever. Whereas that one, don't go near that one. That was in a crate. Whereas it might be like with the Doberman, if I was stroking her, and another dog came into the room, that would sometimes be fine, and sometimes she'd be like, no, you can do one,
Yeah.
and chase them off. And it's really fluid, and the dynamics, and not having that presence now of that dog is really unsettled, and they're just finding their feet again.
Yeah, it takes
I
a
don't
while
know.
for them to settle
Yeah.
down as well, doesn't it? We found that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we lost Cranky, and then it was about a year later?
A
or
year
not?
later, we lost
And
Frank.
then they just settled, and then Frank.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, how do they
Yeah.
just got into this, look, she's not here anymore, because Frank used to wind her up anyway. He used to walk past and look at her, and you could see him, you think, oh, God, here we go. And one boy used to go, oh, don't do that. He's like, oh, let's not wind her up. But it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
They're
now,
so sensitive to us as well. Like, but when I took Boona to daycare, that she loves normally.
Yeah.
She loves daycare. She gets on. There's a couple of dogs, like she can't be with another boxer.
Yeah.
It's
funny
like,
that
there
that's
can be only one.
Yes, there is only
Anytime.
one, isn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
But she, when I was obviously really upset after Ripley died, and she would not let another dog near me.
Yeah.
She was like full. She put her back to me. She was growling at everything that came near. I had to go in the office and we put her behind a baby gate. She was like, "Nobody come near my mother. She's sad." And she's over it now. She's had 2 more days at daycare since then, and now she's fine.
Yeah.
Last week she was a bit better. First week dreadful. Last week a bit better. This week fine, no problem. But I think she was emotional more because she knew I was emotional.
Yeah.
And it's
They do
they're
pick up on it,
sensitive.
don't
You
they?
think you're all right, and then the dog's like, "You're not okay,"
No.
and I know it, and I'm going to keep an eye on everybody else. Yeah,
And I think especially doing what you do as well, because you're always busy helping everyone else
Yeah.
as well. You're training and you're doing all this thing, and you go, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not quite so all right, and the dogs then pick up on it, don't they?
My Doberman used to be good at that. When I lost my mum, she would be, I think, oh, I'm all right today. And then she'd be sitting with me, and then another dog would come in. She'd be like, you can get lost. And I'd be like, what? And then I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm a bit sad, actually.
Yeah.
And she just knew they can pick up on all these changes in our pheromones and our hormones and everything. They're so good at detecting
aren't
the
they?
minutest changes in us.
And
that
I don't
know
think they're
before we do.
utilised enough dogs in that sort of scenario, do you? Especially when they're doing the detection of all these different things. That the capabilities they've got, we don't utilise them enough, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to. More and more, I think. And
Well, we expect to see you doing a bit more of that later on, obviously. Teaching us all some more things next time. But it is fascinating. And the anxiety grief thing as a whole, again, it's something you could spend hours talking about, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But a lot of people just won't have in it. But
you don't always see it from that side,
No.
because you see people lose the dog. You don't often see the dog losing something.
No.
And it could be the cat. You know,
Yes.
if a dog and a cat have got a good
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah,
the cat dies, the
absolutely.
dog then mourns for
Yeah.
them.
yeah.
They do. They definitely.
Well, our cat is mourning for Frank still, I have to say.
Yeah.
Sprout.
He's almost and within sort of like a week of Frank going, he thought he was moving into the shoes of being the dominant male. Honestly, because Frank spent all his time on my lap, didn't he? Basically,
And
draped
Sprout
over
underneath
me.
Frank.
All of a sudden,
basically.
I've got the cat trying to do the same thing. He's like, yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's funny actually, yeah. I mean, Sprout did try and think I don't know what he thought he was doing.
Maybe just saw an opportunity to get on the lap.
Yeah.
It was suddenly available.
Because normally he used to be under Frank, who sat on the lap, and he'd get underneath, and Frank would sit on him, which is quite acceptable to the cat. He's quite happy
You've
because
got fancy cats, haven't you?
Persians.
Yeah.
There you go. A bit stupid.
I wouldn't go that far as fancy, but
Well, the breed is fancy.
No,
Maybe the
a bit
individual is less fancy.
And he's the one that's hand-reared, hence he's a bit.
Oh, 100 Persian, he'd be right special.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
Yeah,
he's
lovely
he's very dog-like. That's the only problem, I think, because
Yeah.
he's grown up with dogs.
always lived with dogs.
So he's always lived with dogs, and
not a
he's
problem.
not
loads,
frightened
and
of
loads
dogs.
of different dogs.
Dogs,
You know,
yes, the fosters
That's quite good for the foster dogs. I
It
think,
is.
when
We
they're-
used to.
right.
He was our cat. I mean, we used him as the cat to dog test,
Yeah.
which quite often we used to go. We've got no idea. But the only problem was he very much no fear of dogs.
So
That's
we're
the-
cat
that-
dog,
that's
not
the
very
only problem.
cat-like.
No,
Yeah.
no. So if
So-
dog doesn't like him, he doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
That's the issue with him. That's why we could never let him out anywhere, because he still thinks they want to play and they actually want to eat him. He's like, play with me. Like, no, put the mittens away.
Well, you're a little
mate.
bit rough,
This
aren't
is,
you?
this is not happening, as it's got him by the neck. No, we need to let go of the cat. And he's like, I love this. But
I had a hand-reared kitten. She died quite young. I think she must have had a heart attack or something. I found her. But it was when I was running puppy classes when I worked at Batsy Dogs Home still. I was running puppy classes in a local hall, separate puppy school, separate from the dogs home. But I'd got Pickle with me.
Yeah.
She'd come in for some sort of veterinary thing.
Yeah.
And I had her in the car.
Yeah.
And this puppy owner said to me, I'm really struggling with introducing her to the cat. And I went, I've got my cat in the car. Let me get her. Brought her into puppy class, opened up the carrier, and she just strutted up.
Yeah.
She had this right swagger when she walked. She just strutted up. And this puppy was like, "Woo!" And she just sat down and looked at it like, what? I said, go on, let her come up. Cat doesn't care. This is a really good opportunity to introduce your puppy to a cat that's not going to run. And also doesn't care, is not scared in the slightest.
Yeah.
The puppy came up and the puppy was like, oh my God, it's not moving.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just let go of the lead. She'll be all right. And she was fine.
Yeah.
Then she went, okay, cool. So give her a few
Sometimes
treats.
that's because it's the chase, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
they run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever need to borrow a cat for puppy training,
Yeah, can we get you
you
100
can get
Persian?
Sprout.
Yeah.
he'd like that.
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
he'd love it by the
He
sounds
really
of
would
it.
actually, to be
Might
fair.
start introducing it as part of puppy socialisation
Is
class.
Yeah,
Bring a cat.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not fussed about treats. So he just likes a fuss. So that's all
He
he's
just
required.
likes people,
Strokes.
doesn't he, to be fair?
Yeah.
People. So yeah.
Great.
So that's the deal. We'll sort that out
Yeah.
later. So I think moving on. What about this is for you next? I think. Let's
For me
talk to
next.
Yeah.
To you.
What advice on social media is causing the most confusion for owners? Good, bad out there?
It's mostly bad, to be honest. So the stuff I see on social media, I just have to scroll past it. If something dog comes up, I'll go, oh, for goodness sake. Quick fixes. We've got no
everything else in
patience.
life, yeah.
You can get stuff next day delivered,
Yeah.
same day delivered
Yeah.
sometimes. You can
So
get
it's next day behaviour.
yeah.
sort of thing.
It's that sort of like, we want stuff quickly, we want it now, we don't have to work for something. So you can get that through certain tools and certain techniques, but it is detrimental to the welfare in the relationship because you can get a dog to walk with you if you strangle it.
Yeah.
Great for the human, not great for the dog, not great for the relationship with the person. So I think in terms of like trends, there's a lot of, here's a dog pulling on lead and here is it walking beautifully with me half an hour later. And the dog's not happy. You know a little bit about body language. You watch those dogs that have, and I saw today, this morning, when I was drinking my coffee before I went off to classes, I saw a video of somebody, I don't know, I think they're probably in America, I'm not sure. They had about 12 dogs on leads, and they were just walking through, and these dogs were walking behind them. And to the untrained eye, wow, that's amazing. Got that many dogs under that control. You look at the dogs, and their heads are down.
Not one of them looks happy.
They're dead between. They're dead behind the eyes. Their ears are down. They're panting. They're walking slowly. They're looking really up, like just. But to the average owner or the average person, that dog looks really well behaved. Oh, they look happy.
Yeah.
They're not crying. They seem all right. Know a bit about body language. You go, that dog is suppressed and unhappy, and they daren't put a foot wrong. Otherwise, there's consequences. So, I'd rather have a dog that pulled me on the lead a little bit, to be honest, than one that was subdued and just walking with me because they daren't not.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have happy dogs that are a bit mischievous.
I mean, you're almost taking the life out of them, aren't you?
Yeah, and zapping all personality.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I'd rather have them working because they want to, and teaching them to do things cooperatively.
And being a little bit naughty.
Be a bit naughty.
Yeah.
I don't want a robotic dog.
No.
How boring.
No.
Yeah. People say to me, "Can my dog sniff on a walk?" I'm like, yeah.
Isn't that whole stimulation?
What else are they going to do? Yeah.
Well, they need to be doing that anyway, don't they?
Isn't that part of
Shouldn't they walk next to me, looking at me the whole time? I'm like, no, you're not in a competition. He'll work like you're not in an obedience competition. Sure, you can teach them that if you want to switch it on, but that shouldn't be their walk.
All the time, not all the time.
Boring.
They've got a down time as well, haven't they? So,
and their walk should be fun.
Yeah.
Have a sniff.
Yeah.
Go and have a look over there. Fine.
Just don't run the 3 fields across the way and not come back.
Yeah, don't bugger off. But that's
where
where
we're going wrong. Yeah, it must be.
That's where we're going wrong.
But that's why I think TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and that
it's
you
really
see.
bad, and there's not enough time to actually show.
Work
They're
goes
short
into
form videos
Work.
anyway by nature.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see everything that goes on behind the scenes anyway.
No.
Are you?
And
Because there's not
I
enough
never
time
make
to show.
those really, because I find it really unethical to go, oh, you've got a client that's got a dog who's lunging at other dogs. Can I video it? Can I video how much you've failed so far and where you've come to a point where you need help? That's not nice for the person.
No.
And I'm not going to put the dog in the situation. People say to me, oh, do you need to, should we go so you can see the dog lunging at other dogs? I'm like, no, I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
We don't need to get the dog into the situation before we can fix it.
Yeah.
We need to start them calm and keep them calm. But it's really boring if you're making a social media video and look how calm this dog is still. That's real dog training, isn't it? You get the dog calm and you just go, there's a dog over there. Can you cope with that? Yep, cool. Not very interesting to watch on a video.
No, you're right, actually.
Is there any sort of like popular concepts that sound good but aren't supported by behavioural science? Is there anything?
Well, everything's supported by science, but not necessarily for the right reasons, if you understand what I mean. So you might get, like I say, if you get a dog that's barking every time they see another dog.
Yeah.
And what you see on social media is, here it is doing that, and here it is not doing that. And what they've not typically shown, or what they do sometimes show, is the dog's getting like corrected or yanked for doing the behaviour. So the science is that the response you're getting, you do the positive punishment, which is adding something negative. So punishment's always negative, but the positive element, it means you're adding something. So positive punishment, you're adding something that the dog doesn't like to the extent where it doesn't do that behaviour anymore. So the science is there. Yeah. There's always science, but ethical science. Like if you're saying, right, I'm doing science-based training, you're typically saying I'm doing modern training, so reward-based training, which involves positive reinforcement and negative punishment, which is the old quadrant of behaviours. There's always science behind it, but it doesn't mean it's the best way of doing it or the most ethical way of doing it. But there are lots of ways to do training, and they all work typically. So you've stopped. Yes, if your goal was to stop your dog barking at other dogs, you can achieve it in a number of different ways, some of which are adding punishment and some of which are adding rewards and distance. Both will work.
Yeah.
There's no argument with that.
No.
But some are more ethical. Some make the dog feel good whilst they're doing it and improve the relationship. And some make the dog stop doing the behaviour.
Yeah.
But often that's just what people want. They just want it to stop. And if you want a behaviour to stop, you add punishment, typically. If you just want something to stop.
Yeah.
But if you actually go, well, in order to get that behaviour to stop, we teach this behaviour instead. That's when you add the positive.
Yeah.
So, you can do it.
Yeah.
Reward-based, ethically. The dog feels better about it. That's where social media's tricky. Because it goes, look, boom, done, fixed.
So that covers what red flags should people watch for when hiring a trainer or behaviourist.
If you're promising a quick fix.
No quick fixes.
Some little wins.
Yeah. They're different though, aren't they? So
You can get quick results with certain things, but long term, especially if we're changing behaviour, it's an emotion we're working with. We are making a dog feel happier about something rather than negatively towards something. So if you've got your dog that barks at other dogs, there could be a couple of different reasons why. Might be a frustrated greeter, might just want to get there. And that's where you need the skill to know this dog just needs a quick greet. But we also need to cope with the big feelings they're feeling every time they see a dog. Or they might be terrified and they're yelling, "You stay away from me," when they see a dog. So there's lots of different reasons. But we're changing the emotion. So we're not just teaching them to do a movement for the first time. We're changing how they feel. So that takes time. Yeah. You can't just go, well, you should feel better about that. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, I will. There we go. Done. Yeah. It takes time to change how they feel about something. So that's a red flag. If you can, I'll change your dog in an hour. Yeah. Then
it's not going to happen, is it? No.
No. That's why I don't tend to work with people on just one-off sessions because I'm like, we need a few sessions to get this dog. Yeah. Get your understanding to the point where we need it to be. So that's a red flag. And anybody that talks about, you can usually see anyone that says like I'm a balance trainer or I use equipment. You don't need to.
Right. So now we're going to have a quick fire round, Louise.
Yep, I'm ready.
So I have some questions for you. First answer: one dog training myth you'd ban forever.
Just the whole dominance thing. We know better now.
Right.
The dominance is not a thing for the average dog.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, in your multi-dog households, there is a hierarchy. You'll get dominance there. But people go, this dog's dominant. It's trying to be the boss of the house. No, it isn't. We know better than that now. We've moved on. There's loads of science that the person that invented the term in the first place has come back and said, actually, I've done more research and it's not the case. So we can just relax about that.
Perfect. Most underrated piece of training equipment.
Lead. Do you know how many behaviour problems can be fixed if you keep your dog on a lead?
No.
My dog's chasing this. We kept on a lead.
Can I add in a question? How do you feel about extendable leads?
Hate them.
Okay.
So please. Right. Most misunderstood breed.
Cockapoo. Because people think they're teddy bears.
Yeah.
And they're not. They can look like teddy bears and that's it.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right. One thing every puppy owner should do, I know we've touched on a lot of these, but it's just
get a good trainer.
One thing every puppy owner should stop doing.
Letting their puppies scream for the first few nights.
Most rewarding behaviour case you've worked on.
I worked with a Rottweiler last year at the vets. And the vets recommended that they came to me because the dog was really scared of having their vaccination. And they went, we know who can help with that. Enter me. Yes, happy days. You got a Rottweiler. Actually, I had 2. I was like, brilliant, even better. And this dog, we taught her some consensual husbandry. They started at home. And I said, we can go and practice this at the vets. We've got brilliant vets in Lingfield and they'll let us come in and practice when it's quiet. Yeah. And we went in and we practiced and we got the dog to the point where she was happy having her vaccination. So instead of backing off, she'd just stand there, rest her chin on the chair and have her vaccination. And we were thrilled. So not a massively complicated case, but took effort from the owners.
And can actually see your animation in your face.
So happy.
When you're talking about the breeds as well, which is actually lovely to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Favourite breed to train?
Training Rottweilers.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, to be fair, I don't really have a breed I like to train more because they're so individual dogs. Like I used to say, I really like Rottweilers and I still do, and I really like Dobermans, I still do, but they're not always the easiest to train. No. I like them in rescue where they didn't have anybody else and they needed you and you could build a bond and work with them. And then when you got them in classes or one-to-ones, they've got their person, they don't need you so much. So it's a bit different. I think I just like a dog that's up for it.
Yeah.
I also really like a dog that doesn't like me,
Yeah.
because that's a bit of a challenge.
Challenge.
I worked with a dog today who, first class, I was like, she is going to bite me. She's going to, if I turn my back, if they don't hold onto the lead as I walk away from her, she's going to bite me. And I said to them, you need to hold her, and I'm going to throw a treat, and then I'm going to walk backwards. And today I demonstrated she likes me now, 3 weeks in.
Yeah.
She was like, you're fine, actually. And she did a lovely demonstration of place training, getting onto her bed and just settling down, and just brilliant. So I really like the dogs you have to work with. I like the dogs that freely give their love, but I also like the dogs that are like, I don't need you. Get away from me. I'm like, oh,
the
good.
aloof ones, so to speak.
Yeah.
And what's the most surprising animal you've ever trained?
Well, I'm not surprised by it. Chickens, probably.
Chickens.
I think that's what surprises other people.
Yeah, they're fabulous, your
It's the
chicken videos.
Capacity
They really are.
for a chicken to
Yeah.
learn. So any animal can learn. Then they do. And if you want them to do stuff with you or for you, then there are ways of doing it to make it worthwhile to the animal. So at my chicken training workshops, so I've done workshop myself where I've attended, and I was like, right, I'm going to do them. And I absolutely love training chickens and training other people to train chickens, because the reason, like, people go, why do you need to train chicken? You don't. You don't need to train a chicken, but you can train a chicken, and you get better at training when you work with an animal like a chicken, because they don't give a monkey's about you.
No.
They don't need you.
That is
They're like, see ya, I'm out of here. If your timing's off, good day.
Yeah.
If your timing's on point, you get good timing, and you're clear with what you're asking them to do, you can actually achieve quite a lot. So I think that
Interesting.
surprises people the most. And you don't need to train a chicken, but everybody should have a go, because it really sharpens up your training skills.
Maybe that's another future a video podcast. We're all having a go at chicken
It's
training.
be a video vlog.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what's one thing dogs wish humans could understand about them, finally?
To give them space when they ask for it. That's the biggest one, I think. If they're asking for space, they're very good at it.
Yeah.
People are not very good at understanding the signals. If a dog wants a bit of space, give them a bit of space, because they're communicating with us all the time.
Yeah.
And if you back off when they want you to back off, then everyone's happy.
Quite simply that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
So we're going to finish up with a few deeper questions from you. Has working with dogs changed how you think about human behaviour?
It's taught me a lot about people. Working with dogs, there are always, unless you're in rescue, there are always people attached to those dogs. So in order to be good at changing dog behaviour, you have to be good at communicating how to do that to their people. So I'd say 80% of what I do is human training. And at some point they realise that it's humans that are being trained. But as I've got to educate the people so they know what they're dealing with, and that they can change what they're doing. Because yes, you've got to do the X, Y, and Z with the dog.
Yeah.
But the people have to understand why they're doing that, what their actions have in terms of like the dog then doing the right thing or the wrong thing in their eyes. So it's taught me to communicate really effectively with people, and different types of people. There's so many different types of people, and different. Some people are really good. Immediately they understand it. They can empathise with the dog. Other people don't get it straight away, and I have to phrase things differently or show them ways. Got a nice phrase, sprinkle a bit of magic sometimes. So if somebody comes to me and they're doing so many things wrong, I can't say, and I have people who help me in classes, and they are sort of aspiring dog trainers, and they say to me after class, they go, why didn't you, like they were doing so many things wrong with their dog, why didn't you address it? And I said, I can't. You've got to build trust with people. You can't just go and you're doing everything wrong.
It's that
they
big
won't
stick.
come
You
back.
can't beat people. You can't beat them with a big stick.
They won't come
And expect them to
back.
come back.
No,
I don't want to break these people. I want to build them up and make them feel good about things and build a relationship so they come back. So working with dogs has taught me to be really good with people. Well, I think I'm really good because they come back. So good with people, because you have to just go, right, sprinkle a bit of magic. I'll show them something that works, that's quick and easy, that they can do with their dog. And then I can just do a little bit more the following week, and a little bit more. And then before you know it, you've transformed how that dog's life is. Not quickly, but over a period of a course, so 6 weeks or so. They've gone from being managed in this way or handled in this way to now the owner's got a better understanding. So you've educated, and they've then transformed their behaviour, which has made the dog's life better, and the dog's behaviour has changed as well. So that's how human behaviour has changed.
Okay, and what have rescue dogs taught you about resilience?
Rescue dogs all dogs live in the moment.
Yeah.
And past experiences will affect how they respond to certain things, but they're so good at living in the moment and adapting.
Yeah.
Like we've got a little rescue Spitz, German Spitz, Tally. She was 3 years on a puppy farm. We were told she spent 3 years in a crate. Yeah. She was terrified when we first got her, but terrified where she would just go rigid and stiff and she wouldn't move. And she'd just have wide eyes and she'd just be frozen solid. The first time I met her, she was in the kennel. My friend was like, you need to just pick her up. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, well, she won't move otherwise, and you need to put her in the car and take her home. So you've got to pick her up. I picked her up and every muscle was rigid. Yeah. She was so tense. And you could do stuff with her. Yeah. We had a family member come over and she was like, oh yeah, you can stroke her. Look, she'd move away. I was like, she won't move. Yeah. Like you can't just stroke her. She doesn't like it. She's like, oh, she'd move away if she didn't like her. I was like, no, she
can't move.
She cannot move. She is frozen.
Yeah.
And that dog has transformed. And we didn't do anything special with her. And everyone goes, oh, you've worked so much with that dog. I'm like, I haven't. I haven't done anything special. Yeah. We were just kind and patient with her and we didn't rush anything. And we used to have to watch her on a camera overnight to see what she was doing. She had a crate that was open in our utility room. Yeah. And we'd put her food down and then we'd watch on the camera because we couldn't be in the room with her because she'd just stay frozen. And she'd come out, she'd have a bit of food, she'd go back in again. And then we'd hear her doing stuff overnight. Yeah. We fostered some puppies with her once and we could hear that she was playing, but she wouldn't play if we were in the room with her. She'd go back to sitting. wasn't me. I wasn't doing anything. We watched on the camera, galloping around with these puppies and having a great time. Loved dogs, terrified of people. And she now, we've had her 7 years now, and for the last few years she's been my stooge dog. She will come with me and she has helped hundreds of dogs overcome their fear of dogs or reactivity to other dogs. She's helped puppies come out of their shell. She's amazing and she's the happiest dog. She'll go up to anyone now for a fuss, a little scratch. Certain things will trigger her. So if there's a loud bang, so round here loads of people shoot. So if there's shooting, she'll cower and bolt to the van or to the house if she's at home. So she's really good as an example of resilience in dogs because she's just changed. Just provided a safe.
They are very resilient.
We've fostered a few bulldogs and boxers, to be fair. Yeah. And you've picked them up and gone, how, why? Yeah. And then to see that dog in a home,
they flourish.
And you know what I think as well gets me? You can go back and visit that dog a year later and that dog's still not forgotten you because you're the first person that's shown that dog some kindness. And quite often it is that space, that kindness. Yeah. And that's all they wanted.
That's sometimes the worst bit about fostering because you bring them out of their shell. You give them that security and then you give them away to somebody else.
I know.
And it's dreadful.
It's heartbreaking.
That's why we kept Tally.
That's why we have ended up with so many over years.
So many fell fosters,
Like I said to Neil, was like, we've already got 3 dogs, we can't have 4. We went up to 6. And I was like, but I can't give her up because she trusts me now.
There are certain dogs you just can't.
I was like, she cannot go through that again. No. She can't have the trauma of moving somewhere else. I think
wouldn't be fair for her.
No. So we kept her.
No, oh bless your heart.
No regrets. She's amazing. I mean, she's barky. She's a Spitz, but she's amazing. Yeah, she's a great dog.
Do you think society sometimes expects too much from dogs?
Yeah. Like, oh well, your dog should be friendly with every other dog. Yeah. They should be able to go everywhere with you and behave everywhere they go. And I think there are so many dog-friendly places you can go now, which is great for a lot of dogs, but loads can't cope. Yeah, I've got people go, every time I take him to the pub, he does this.
I think it's a lot of reason why a lot of them turn up in rescue. Yeah, because they don't live up to expectations.
Yeah. People aren't overly honest when they're giving their dogs up sometimes in rescue. It was always, I'm moving house and can't take the dog. I moved house 5 times when I lived in London with a dog.
Or my child has developed an allergy, which is a common one we used to hear. Or vet spills, which I totally understand with the breeds that we fostered, but there are people out there that will help.
There's ways of doing it. But, I mean, there are genuine reasons why dogs get given
Of course
up.
there is,
For sure. And rehoming's often the right thing for some dogs.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a client today I've spoken about, like, the dog's going back to a rescue. It is not
Yeah.
in the right home. She's not coping in the urban environment. She's a cracking dog in the wrong place. She's going to get herself in trouble. So she needs to go somewhere else. And that's fine. And it's okay to rehome a dog. It's,
of course it is.
It's fine.
And that's a really good and a hard decision for people. But you know what? Sometimes you have to do it. It's not about us as people.
Yep.
It's what's best for the dog, because the dog is, ultimately, the dog's going to suffer.
Yeah.
In the wrong home.
And some people keep dogs when they shouldn't.
Yes.
And you think this dog is not in the right place.
Yeah.
This dog should be much better somewhere else. Yeah, I've got a couple of clients at the moment that are rehoming dogs, and it's not through lack of trying, and it's just you've tried everything. This is not the right environment for this dog, and we cannot train this dog anymore. It's been trained within an inch of its life, and it's not in the right place. It needs to go somewhere else, and it'll be happier somewhere else. Yeah.
What would a truly dog-friendly culture look like?
I think people knowing when to leave dogs alone really is the sort of overriding theme of this this episode. But it's just knowing that you don't have to take your dog everywhere.
No.
You don't have to be able to. Dog doesn't have to be able to be around every other dog. It's fine.
Yeah.
Dogs don't like everybody. That's okay too. I think I do a lot of work in an urban environment where there's really high expectations of dogs. And I think if this dog was walked in the countryside, nobody would bat an eyelid at the things it's doing. Yeah. So there's different expectations of dogs that, society put on. And it's not much fun for the dog sometimes. They get dragged around all over the place to every shop. I took my boxer on her birthday to a few shops. But I made sure, because I could see I was at Hobbycraft with her, because you can take dogs into Hobbycraft.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I've never done it until last week.
Who knew?
Well, I thought I'd seen that somewhere, and I Googled it, and it's like, very welcome in all the shops. And I thought, great, I'll take her. But I could see I was in the queue. I was with my friend. She was buying something, so I queued up with her, and I could see the lady in front of me was just looking at my dog, and I thought, she's not looking in a way where she looks comfortable with her. I thought, fair enough. She's come to Hobbycraft.
Yeah.
Why is there a dog in Hobbycraft? If you're a bit worried about dogs, then fine. So I made sure that I gave her loads of space. I kept the dog under close control. She didn't go anywhere near her, and I could see the lady was like, I don't want that dog coming near me. And fair enough, I don't want her near me. Sometimes she's really slobbery. So just, I think expectations of dogs being everywhere. They don't need to go everywhere. I didn't need to take my dog into Hobbycraft. I did, and I was very careful with her. I'm not sure I'd do it again, to be honest. It wasn't that beneficial for anyone.
She didn't fancy buying anything while she was in there.
She
There was
loved
no
it in
wool or
No,
a few pencils.
She
or
didn't need
something.
anything for her crafts.
No, I was going to say.
Her crafts are natural.
I was going to say. A basket full of stuff. Look what I got, Mum.
Yeah.
But and moving on, talking about the elephants in the room, let's have a little quick chat about boxers. Obviously, both of us are boxer owners, aren't we? We are, including Andrew, for our sins. However, you have a fabulously trained boxer, and we don't.
Well, no, she's good sometimes, but she's also
she's
dreadful at other times. So she's not that good.
No, but why is it when you speak to so many dog trainers and they say, what breed have you got? And you go, boxer, and they either look
They go
horrified.
talk to someone else normally.
They look horrified. They start laughing and put the phone down on you, because it's not just us, because I've spoken to other boxer owners, and so many of them people say, as soon as you mention a boxer, they go, not interested. Is it because they're so hard work at times, do you think?
No, because it's just a dog, right? Yeah. They're just idiot clown dogs, but they're trainable.
They're very intelligent.
In their own way, they're very intelligent. They're very, very trainable. Especially if you start them young, you can. I mean, any dog you can train them if you can find the right motivations. But boxers are like doofuses. But you can train them still. I don't know why. I don't know why they have that reaction.
No.
But somebody says I'm bringing a boxer to class. I'm like, cool. Yeah, great.
Well, maybe they're just looking for that quick fix, and they're not going to be a quick fix, are they?
Well, their concentration span is short.
Yeah.
Yes,
often.
That's quite good.
So they can struggle in a class environment because they get overstimulated.
You got banned, didn't you, from puppy class with our very, very first boxer. Andy was evicted along with Bert, wasn't he?
I mean, that's quite a few years ago. I think
that's 20 years ago.
I think it's probably
next time you get a box puppy, come to my classes.
I'm not
be all right.
No, too old for boxers. But it is. The amount of people that come in and say, "Oh, I've got a boxer, can I bring him in? I'm like, yeah, I can bring him in. You know, and then you can just see people, the look of horror on faces when they go, oh, it's the boxer.
Yeah, but they're all right. I mean, they're good dogs. Like Boona, she's really...
They're very faithful dogs.
The thing is, they had a use, didn't they?
Yeah, they're working breed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
people forget that. Again, it's another
they
breed.
use guardian dogs for flocks and things like that. So,
My boxer would eat my flock if given a chance.
I think one would like to chase it, but I'm not sure he'd know what to do in the end of it. That's the problem. It's the chase, I think, with a lot of them as well.
They're very well, mine's very predatory.
Yeah.
She'll catch a mouse and eat it.
Yeah.
Womble did actually catch a mouse. He didn't mean to.
I think
he
it was on
boxed
Tuesday,
it.
right?
Oh.
On Tuesday.
But we think it was accidentally Tuesday. Yeah, a little mouse.
We actually turn around when we come in here. We turn around.
He just like.
No, Boona knows what she's doing.
No, does she?
She's very predatory.
Yeah, and you see, Womble doesn't.
No,
I don't
it doesn't
think.
sound like he knows what he's doing a lot of the time.
No, he doesn't. I don't quite know what happened to Womble. But there was an article I was reading quite a few years ago about boxers in the war.
Yeah.
And they were used in the trenches as well. Because they would attach themselves to a human. So if a person was dying in the war, and this is where this lean, they're terrible leaners, aren't they? And they would lean against that person until as a comfort. And I think they are very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
Very, very sensitive, but
they are, aren't they?
Yeah. But they do have a reputation, and they are. They are clowns.
Oh, yeah.
And they're sort of playful until they drop dead.
Yes.
And they're fun. But they can be a little bit difficult to like. Woohoo! Do you remember to pay attention?
Yeah,
yes.
Attention's the goldfish.
Yeah, it's like
their attention is awful.
But if you find the right motivator, like Boona will concentrate for a long time.
Is she?
But we've trained her from 12 weeks when we got her too old. We got her 12 weeks, but we thought we'll risk it. But actually, she's not good with dogs. She's not great with dogs.
No.
She's not great with dogs at all, and that's quite common.
Boxers are not though, which is quite surprising. Because all our other boxers, Wombles can be hit and miss. Depends on the dog. If it barks at him, then it
game over.
Game over. He doesn't like. It frightens him. And it's like I'm gonna have a go, isn't he? But Bert, he loved dogs. Molly was great with dogs as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
They both. But it's quite bizarre, isn't it?
I think they have to learn because they're so sort of like sort of big and leany and squishy and snorty and snotty that they
you're not selling this breed very well.
But they have to learn to adapt their body language to get dogs to like them. And if they just sort of stand like a boxer, like a big stupid face, and that freaks a lot of dogs out. So they're going to get negative reactions from other dogs from a young age if they act like a boxer. Whereas if they're like, oh, hello, I'm just wiggly and I'm really nice and silly and appeasing, they're going to make friends really quickly and the dogs will play with them. But if they just kind of go up and be like, hey,
that's the much problem that bulldogs have, don't they?
Yeah. They have the same problem with the bulldogs, actually.
Other dogs have trouble reading those, don't they?
And I think because their tails, most of them...
Nothing, screw tail or nothing,
And Fidget's got a current bun that does that. Wiggles slightly.
It's not... They can't see it, can they?
No,
because all they're seeing is that heavy front end, that wrinkly face. And nothing's moving, and the wrinkles freak dogs out because if a Labrador wrinkles its face up, it's really cross. Yeah, and if bulldogs can't smooth themselves out, and boxers can't, and Frenchies can't, and they're often that sort of solid. Nothing really moves.
And that's why a lot of them have
even
problems,
if the butt's wiggling. I think the other dogs go, "You're weird, mate," and then they have a go at them, and then then the boxers and the bulldogs, and they go,
back.
Maybe not, because they go back at them.
This is the problem, isn't it? Yeah. And
so we've got to teach them to be unboxer-like when they greet dogs.
It's probably just as well boxers got tails now then.
Makes
life a bit easier, doesn't it?
Although,
get more reading, or whipping you. Constantly got bruises on the back of my legs.
Doesn't ever stops, does it?
No, Womble,
Even in his sleep, his tail
goes. It's constant going. He's got swimmer's tail. He's had swimmer's tail numerous times from wagging it so much. He's overwagged and.
Normally after children have been in the shop. Down here, because he loves children so much.
But he's not child friendly.
He wags it so much, it goes into overdrive, and the next day it's just.
Does he get happy tail as well? My Doberman used to get that. They split the end and
no,
blood
he's never touched wood. Never ever. No.
He had it once, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, a couple of years back.
But
he caught it on something, didn't he?
But but he with the grandchildren, unfortunately, he loves them that much that little man he knocked off his bike. Now little man's terrified of him because he wanted to play with the bike and the child. Yeah, it's just and of course when they scream, kids. It's just
if it goes overload, doesn't it?
Too much.
My boxer, my friends' little boys love getting videos of her because I do a stupid voice and I do a voiceover.
Yeah.
I go, I'm doing this, and do the silly videos and send them. They love videos of her in person. They're like, oh, she's a bit scary.
Yeah,
because she's just like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're full on, you know, yeah.
It is difficult.
For a first dog to ever, I mean, because I think they.
They're used to schnauzers.
Schnauzers
they've
is
only
the
been
only other
introduced.
dog, and it's a very
different.
very different dog, and it?
Different
It's coming
energy.
at you.
Yeah. And it is quite difficult with a boxer and children.
But I brace myself when a boxer comes
I
towards
know,
me.
and I often see people that've got boxers as first dogs and they've got smaller children. And I think, how is that? You know, this is most people wait until like.
Well, Boona's breeder, because we bought it from a breeder, which I'll never do again. But I mean, they were nice, but I regret.
Yeah.
I regret paying money for a dog when there's so many rescue,
Yeah.
and where they're a rescue, so I've found it more difficult to bond with her. But they had loads of little kids, and they had the mum boxer. They had a couple of others, just a house full of boxers, and just really robust kids.
Yeah, I think they grow up with boxers. It's different, isn't it? But when you bring a boxer into a house that have never had dogs, I think that's a
lot of dogs.
It's not a first dog.
No, it's not a first
It's
dog.
not.
It's not an ideal first dog, is it? To be fair.
But my final question to you,
So
B,
what's the first dog?
what would be, you know, if someone, family, young children, they want to get a dog, what would be the breed you would suggest to them?
Staffy. I love a Staffy, and they're very tolerant.
Yeah.
But they're really strong biters when they're puppies. Staffies, Vizslas, German Shepherds and Border Terriers will hurt you the most as a puppy. But once they're over that, they're great.
Yeah.
Because they're fun. Staffies are fun. They're high energy, but they're also lazy potatoes. If it's raining, you don't need to walk them because they won't go out because they'll melt. They're always up for a game. They're always up for a sofa session. Like, they're great. They'll hang out with you.
Yeah.
They're really robust, sturdy dogs that are really fun to be around. So I would get a Staffy as a first dog. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Louise. It has been absolutely so entertaining. We've learned so much.
Thank you.
We have. And this is your chance now. Give yourself a plug. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Well, mostly at home, but don't come there. So I do lots of classes and training in South East London, but I also do lots of stuff around Lingfield as well. So I do lots of one-to-one training around here. If you need help with a dog, I'll take on any issue. If it's not problematic, it's just a new puppy, that's cool. There's local puppy schools here as well, which are really good. But yeah, come to classes, follow on socials. It's just Louise Otter Dog Behaviour. If you are interested in finding more about chicken training, so I'm offering workshops for dog professionals at the moment, but I'm also going to be offering in the summer workshops for normal people.
Maybe we should go and experience this. I think we should come along and experience
normal
the chicken
people
workshop.
and also you guys.
I like the way we're not normal people.
But I think you can learn an awful lot about training through working with other species. So chicken training workshops is a separate website. It's Animal Trainers Workshops on the socials and on the internet. So Animal Trainers Workshops.
And we will pop the links up below as well, so you can find ways. But I think we definitely have to have you back.
Oh, there's so much more we can talk about.
To talk about all the other things. And I think what we will do is ask people for maybe sending some questions as well, because I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions after this.
Yeah, but about your own dogs or your own animals, not my neighbour's dog barks all day, what do I do?
Yes.
No.
I get that a lot at parties. I dread people going, oh, what do you do? Because as soon as I say, dogs, they go, oh, my
aunt made
neighbour's
this.
nephew's wife's dog does this. Why is that?
Yeah,
I'm not telling you.
No. Well,
you don't have enough answers to the questions that I've got.
No, you need to bring that. You need to be that person with the dog to ask the question, don't you?
Yeah,
absolutely. But it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much again, Louise.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We look forward to the next one.
And
Chicken Workshop, here we come.
Yeah, get you booked in.
No, seriously, we're going to Chicken Workshop. I like chickens. You like chickens?
I love chickens.
You will after the workshop.
Welcome to the Barkin Banter podcast by Pet Supplies, the raw specialists. Tips, tales and trends from the natural world of dogs for happy pets and working dogs, new owners or seasoned pros.